everybody, and welcome to Chapter 3, Module 3 of the course. During Module 3, we're going to be examining the moral life. Essentially, we're going to be taking a look at ethics and different ethical ideas. And you'll have the opportunity to look at some ethical theories, things like consequentialism, deontology, utilitarianism, ethical egoism. We'll dive into some of Kant's theory. We'll take a look at virtue ethics, the ethics of care, and we'll consider moral judgments and the divine command theory. So this particular chapter has a lot of new terms and ideas and theories that you may be unfamiliar with when it comes to taking a look at our own morality. Where does that come from? Do we learn it from our parents, our peers, our environment, the news, the false news, Facebook? Where do we come up with our values? Religion. There are so many different places where we can pick up ideas about what's right and what's wrong. And we'll also be investigating the idea that things are right and wrong according to universal theories, which means that everybody agrees on these things, as well as relative theories, which means that it's only relevant to me or it's relevant to a particular culture. So what you believe is right, somebody else might believe is wrong. And that could be due to your own personal beliefs, your particular religion or religious group, or if you aren't involved in religion or you're an atheist, then you'll have a set of morals that you've developed outside of religion. And also thinking about culture and how that influences what we think is right and what we think is wrong. For example, let's just take polygamy in our culture. Most people think that polygamy is wrong, is immoral. And that is not the case actually in most of the world. In many different cultures, polygamy is considered right. So we'll be asking ourselves those questions and thinking about them deeply and trying to consider whether or not things do have to do with culture and what we create in our own culture as far as what's right and what's wrong. So by the end of the module, you should be able to take a look at the different philosophers we're covering, like Locke and Hume and Kant and Aristotle, and articulate their theories and describe the differences between them. And you'll be able to see which theories you like, which theories you don't like, and why, and think about why you identify more with one particular person than you do with another. So it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have an activity where you can make a choice and use utilitarian thinking or deontology to decide who is going to get the lung for a lung transplant. So we'll be thinking about how we deal with these moral dilemmas that come up in our lives and how we apply theory to those moral dilemmas. So I think you'll find this chapter particularly interesting, and I hope you enjoy learning about morality, the moral life, and thinking about how it plays a role in your own life and how you would like to live your life according to what we learn.